Wagwan, yeah. I came from a land, it have many water, many great sons and many daughters. And we have the land, you were many ask for, we never see Katrina, nah those disaster. I feel nice we come from the golden city, girl born in gold dust, so we show them pretty. The man full of faith, me nah know none was slippy. Guyana me say big up on no city, cause this is the dear land of the free, land of the many waters, resources and trees, land of the rivers and seas. I proud, Phoebe, Guyanese, land of the Amerindians, the Africans, the East Indians, and Portuguese, not to mention the Europeans and the Chinese. Them feel blessed from Guyana this breeze, cause enough people tour around the world and ask about Guyana, but don't know where that is. That is the last city of El Dorado in the world. That is the land where we live, land of the biggest one drop falls. Plus we have the longest floating bridge. We from South America, some say the Caribbean, but still a thanks we a give. Alright, 1, 2, mic check. View from gravity, are the nicest. Much time, my city, are the hypest. We see them gyal wind up in a some liquor tight dress. We hustle from morning till night catch. Them finno Guyanese, get a youth not like rest. House and car, them finno we like press. Check the bank line them, we not like check. We got gold and diamond, them thing priceless. Timber, bauxite, then check the aisle next. GDF, Miami is the finest. I mean not talk about the sugar, nor the rice yet. So a marshal, I drop the Guyanese bomb for feed the nation, that's the Guyanese plan. Big up a kilo, them with them Guyanese land, Guyana, that's where them Guyanese from. People tour around the world and ask about Guyana, but don't know where that is. That is the last city of El Dorado.
Wake up, good day is bright, and I feel blue. Turn your dial for your vibe, we're ready to go. With Courdel Jones, you know it's gonna be real. From 8 to 9, bring your vibes you can feel. News, views, and what's hot today will keep you wide in every way. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. Courdel's here, bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. Wake up, the day is bright, time to feel the flow. Turn your dial to Livewire, we're ready to go. With Courdel Jones, you know it's gonna be real. From 8 to 9, from 8 to 9, bringing vibes you can feel. News, views, and what's hot today will keep you wired in every way. We'll keep you wired every way, in every way. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. Courdel's here, bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. Stories that matter, we got the scoop. From the latest headlines to the local truth. It's your community, your voice, your power. Livewire hits you every hour. So grab your coffee, your tea, or toast. With Courdel Jones, we'll give you the most. Livewire, we'll give you the way. Running to the energy, the beat of the street, the show that connects. It's where people meet. We're wired to your world, we got the news. On Livewire, there's nothing to lose. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. Courdel's here, bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. Courdel's here, bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. Courdel's here, bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. Stories that matter, we got the scoop. From the latest headlines to the local truth. It's your community, your voice, your power. Livewire hits you every hour. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. It's your community, your voice, your power. Livewire hits you every hour.
Good morning, and welcome to another episode of Livewire with yours truly. Happy to be here with you for yet another show. It is the 29th of July, 2025. Morning to all the persons joining us across the diaspora. Morning to the persons joining us across the 10 administrative regions. Special good morning to those persons joining us in the comment section. Really happy to have you guys here. Thank you for the continued support as I continue to take this time to spend with you in the morning, keeping you informed, up to date, and in the know with proper information, right? Balwan Danraj, morning to you. Abdul Latif, Hanuman Prem Kumar, good morning. Joseph Satar, Vishnu Chintaman, Walter Fisher, Jagnarain Edwards, Janarain Narendra, Wasim Nabi, Lloyd Lal, Sunil Raghubir, Arnold Hanuman, Kamram Ramdat, morning. Sarah Mosley, Jonah Bijan, Dudnat Prasad, Alan Khan, good morning. Patrick Alfonso, morning to you. Rajendra Singh, Salome. Look, before I even call these names, let me say a special good morning to little Ashby watching the program. Guys, she's only about, I think she's 5 or 6. And she tunes in and she's very upset when I don't say morning. So morning to you, little Ashby. Morning to all the Ashbys as well. Salome, morning to you. Suma Bipat, good morning. Leslie Mangal, Mohammed Isaf, good morning to you. Nadia Hilton Sue, good morning to you. Prasad Pati, Rahim Amarali, Jasoda Bodram, Ronald Jones, big up yourself. Mukesh Vishnudat, Tosiram Chetty, Maureen Razio, Chef Rocky, Leslie Mangal, morning to you. Alex Joseph, Anita Sibran, good morning. Data Nandalal, good morning to you. Dionan Suku Rikinat, Naz Ali, good morning to you. Faisal Ghani, good morning to you. Riaz Ali, good morning to you. Estelle Ramnat, Jerry Prasad, special good morning to Miss Andrea Matthews. Pick up yourself. Livewire audio rentals in full effect. A little bit later, we can show you how it is. John Walters, morning to you. And special morning to Miss Matthews and her team. This group of Guyanese have been taking the time to go out and sensitize the public so that they are better informed to make choices come September 1. Ashadali, morning to you. Mark M. Rihanna, morning. Christopher Prasad, morning to you. Jerry Prasad, everybody, morning, morning, morning. I can't make it all the way to the bottom. Omar, morning to you. Dolly Singh, morning. Mala, morning. Devika, morning. Daniel Gaji, this is a good guy, Mr. Gaji. Good guy, good guy. We ain't catch up in a long time, Chief. Hope all is well. Osan, morning to you. Right, sorry, I gotta go. We gotta go. We got a lot of things to talk about this morning. Lisa Williams, morning. Violet Prasad, morning to you. Ajay Chatterpal, Bartika Region 7, morning, everybody up there. Morning to Mr. Ward, morning to the mayor, morning to the REO, morning to the chairman, morning to Gifford Marshall, former mayor of Bartika. Proper endorsement, sir. You're like me. You're on board with good governance. And because you support good governance, you get lambasted. But you know, this morning, my skin growing as I talk to you because it's like I couldn't even believe the utterances of a learned attorney at law. You understand? I couldn't believe the utterances. Rihanna, I call you, I just say your last name. Rihanna Lux, morning to you. Trouble Betty Chris, morning. Tony Abdul, morning. Fazila Kayum, morning. Right? We got to talk about this. But before we do, we had a rare moment recently where Aubrey Norton said something that was sensible. Please listen to me. We had a rare moment recently where Aubrey Norton said something that was sensible. I don't know how long this clip online. I don't know how long the clip is online, but I brushed past it this morning. And I'm saying to everybody in the Livewire family, if you ever see Aubrey Norton say anything like this, as sensible as this, again, y'all forward it to me, man. I was losing hope that there would be a time where Aubrey Norton would open his mouth, right? And I could say, well, yes, I am proud of what he just said. I agree with him. I thought that day would never come. But apparently, Today is the day. Today is the day. So let's hear from Aubrey Norton quickly. And look, even before I play the video, the irrelevance of this guy, the irrelevance of his party, and the irrelevance of the coalition. Y'all realize when you scroll in your Facebook, the green is like an afterthought. It's like a battle between, I wouldn't even call it a battle, it's advantage, but it's like a contest between red and blue. It's like you're barely seeing green. Yellow is like a flash in the car in the eye, but when you look, you're seeing nothing. Yellow. Y'all realize what's going on? How irrelevant these groupings, some of these groupings have become? Watch out, Aubrey.
But that can't change the spots could come and tell them, I can give you from what I got. Don't be fooled. A leopard doesn't change its spots. If you're thieving then, you're going to thief in the future.
The most profound thing I've heard, Miss Bob from Mocha Morning, big up all the Maconians, big up the NDC Councillor Stephanie Nelson Moore. Yeah. The most profound thing we have heard from Aubrey Norton since he became opposition leader. Right? I ain't gonna dwell on this. Y'all take it, put it in your pipe, and you smoke it. I endorse that message from Aubrey Norton. You hear me? If it's nothing else I ever agree with, if there's nothing else said by Aubrey Norton that I haven't agreed with, this is one. Right? One more time. Morning to Mike Bisram and the family as well. One more time for you. You hear me? Because I am saying to y'all, this is the only smart thing this man ever said since he come opposition leader. One more time.
But that can't change the spots could come and tell them, I can give you from what I got. Don't be fooled. A leopard doesn't change its spots. If you're thieving then, you're going to thief in the future.
And again, that may be the last sensible thing we hear from Aubrey Norton. So let's cherish this moment. Special good morning to Miss Tracy Martindale. That rally up there, I hear, is going to be massive. Right? Special, extra special good morning to Miss Marisha Sami as well. Another partition, the region 7 people rolling in like thunder. I see a sister with you, y'all having fun. It's like school days again. But yes, mark the date, July 29th, 2025. Facebook deleting lives after a month. But this live will be on YouTube forever. Y'all remember this day. And if 10, 15 years in the future, you standing or sitting with your children, you're like, okay, there was one day that Aubrey Norton said something sensible. You go back and you play this video for them. Tracy, that's not even a question. That's not even a question. But we're moving on. We got other things to discuss. No, this year, I listen, Jarita has a special place in my heart, right? Jarita got a special place in my heart. I don't want to say certain things because whilst it is directed at Jarita, other females may take offense to it. So I'm going to leave that alone. But here's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Here's what I'm trying to tell y'all. The APN, you have no plan for Indigenous people. This is the very party that said Indigenous people want too much. Right? So I just want to say to y'all, it's nice to make promises. It is beautiful to promise, to go out and promise people things. Yes, I'll do this for you. I'll do that for you. You're going to get this. You're going to get that. But delivery is important. Right? And we have not had delivery. We do not have examples of delivery in that corner. Now, the APNU's plan sounds great on paper, but they had 5 years in office, if people don't remember, 2015 to 2020. And the reason I bring it up, because it's not so long ago. If I was talking about Burnham, then I would have taken a course from y'all. But was just dead a couple years ago, 5 years ago, right there. It's not long. And all these things that you hear outside of the Amerindian affairs or indigenous sector or dealing with the indigenous people, all these grandiose ideas, were y'all brain dead 2015 to 2020? So they had 5 years in office and failed to implement any of these measures for indigenous communities that they're running around promising now. There's no example of them. The measures that they're saying they were going to do for indigenous communities, there's no example of them doing anything like that during the 2015 to 2020 period, right? There was no hinterland housing program. So when you see Minister Crowell, when you see Minister Rodriguez in Letem and in wherever, hinterland, sharing away houses, constructed houses, and I dare any one of the trolls that usually come on this live in the morning to challenge you, to challenge me on that. Let me click over to the housing Facebook page and show you residents of Region 9 from indigenous areas benefiting from government homes already constructed, not just land. So I am not talking about is poker scheme. Poker scheme is a new scheme being constructed in Letem. That's a general scheme. But outside of that, hinterland housing for indigenous folks. You understand? So nothing of the sort, nothing to look back on. But persons in these hinterland communities remember how they were treated. They remember all the APNU AFC goons, because that's literally what's standing in front of you there, you know. The APNU AFC. It's like a deja vu flashback. When you look at Jury today, she come from all two. Does the APNU AFC standing in front of you there? So as I said, no hinterland housing program. No annual cash transfers to the hinterland communities. No significant increase in land titling efforts under Jarita Finance Administration. Nothing was done. Jarita was a part of the AFC since don't know when. Why wasn't she championing these efforts? Why do y'all think I call Laura George, the prime ministerial candidate for the AFC, the sleeping indigenous ambassador, Poker Bridge housing scheme? Thank you, Shaquille. I'm thinking that this guy is from Letem. I wonder if it's this guy who used to work at Chronicle. He had moved up there years ago. But you understand my point? You understand my point? These guys are ridiculous. Didn't do anything. And now, oh, we're going to do it now. We could have done it then, but we didn't ready. But we're going to do it now. When they were in office, don't worry with the smile and the sharp nose you see in there. She's a pretty woman. She's a pretty woman. I'll give her that. Don't worry with a smile and the nose. Right? Don't worry with a smile on the nose and the hair. The hair. She got nice hair as well. I ain't gonna lie. She got nice hair. Right? When this pretty face was part of the government, the same grouping that she's a part of cut the Amerindian Development Fund, cancel training programs, knock off the CSOs. And guess what? The indigenous voices in the decision-making process was marginalized. Indigenous people had to step lightly around the APNU government. They had active ministers saying, hey, rest of yourself. Y'all want land or y'all want tile money? Pick one. Pick one, because don't get stupid. You get nothing. That's how serious they used to chuck it. To have ministers of the then government actually speaking to Guyana's forest, people like that. And I have a deep appreciation for the Amerindians. So I will lobby on their behalf. Foolishness, Jarita. Foolishness. So again, outside of the neglect, outside of the non-existent track record on indigenous development, Jarita, the APNU continue to give us empty figures without any proper plan or how this will be budgeted for. The APNU's proposal to give 100,000 annually to every adult, 120,000 per child, and increase public servant salary by 35%. That's what they're going around telling people. But they say nothing. They offer you no clear funding strategy of how all of this will be accomplished. Where will the money come from? Oh, the oil that only funding 37% of the budget. Okay. Or what are they going to do? Put back on the 200 taxes that this Air Finale government had to take off the backs of the Guyanese people? What are they going to do? Cut programs again like what they do to the CSOs? What are they going to do? Cut the gold program or something like that? Or what are they going to do? The same thing they complain about this government. Oh, they borrowing. Hold on. At least the government borrowing for infrastructural purposes, not for handouts. You understand? I say this to you this morning. It's financially reckless and deceptive to offer cash grants or offer cash handouts without economic modeling, especially from a party that left billions in unpaid debts and slashed social programs before being voted out in 2020. And I place emphasis on voted out. And we can talk about that a little later in the program. Some boys bare face. Some boys bare face and will do anything for a clip. You understand? There's no way in heaven that anybody could tell me that Dexter Todd instead of I wish I had the leeway like critiquing to cuss up on this program. There's no way that anybody could tell me that Dexter Todd didn't say that bunk on me talk on that platform so that it could be clipped and circulated on social media. There's no way, brother. You looking for attention. It got to be. But we ain't jumping the gun. We come into the right? Now I want to jump to the carbon credit hypocrisy by this dastardly bunch. You understand? The APNU now claims it wants to increase indigenous carbon credit shares from 15% to 50%. But, Jarita, but, Aubrey, it was the PPPC that actually delivered the first ever carbon credits payout to indigenous communities in Guyana's history through the LCDS 2030. Under the APNU, the regular LCDS was neglected. Y'all remember that deal that Barry Jagdio worked out years ago where Guyana used to get money for the forest and stuff? Y'all remember that had a sighting by a waterfall somewhere? Y'all remember? I don't know how much people would remember these things. A lot of y'all been around, you know. A lot of you been around. So I think a few of you may remember Bar Jagdio, when he was president, the first LCDS they formulated, Guyana was getting money for our forest. Right? And we were benefiting. Indigenous people were benefiting even then. Under the APNU, me talking about the extended LCDS to 2030, the regular one, the regular low carbon development strategy was neglected. And Indigenous participation in climate policy was minimal at best. Minimal at best. Now, Jarita, like I said, I appreciate you. Well, at least your face and your hair, you're pretty. Right? But I want to let you know this morning that the PVPC administration, all this stuff you're walking around promising people, the PPPC administration is already delivering. And they're not just talking. Right? Over 15,000 Indigenous persons have already benefited from cash grants, housing support, free education, and job creation programs since President Irfan Ali took the seat of power after being denied it, after winning it. Right? Over 25 Indigenous villages received funding under the carbon credits agreement, with 4.7 billion disbursed directly to communities. The Amerindian land titling program was reactivated because guess what? It was deactivated under the APNU AFC. So it was reactivated under President Ali and the leadership of Minister Pauline Sukai, right? And expanded. Hundreds of community support officers. It sounds fancy. Those who is called CSOs are back in action, paid monthly, and offering services across the hinterland. Working in their communities. They don't have to run nowhere and leave and go nowhere. Working right in their communities. Again, under the PPPC. That's why I still ask. I am not a PPP. I just support good governance. Things that are done to benefit the people. And guess what? Everybody can't benefit one time. There's no government. There's no country in this earth that we spinning on here, right? That is able to touch every part of what is their sovereign will fall within their borders at one time or in one administrative cycle. Not one. Not even the APNU couldn't do it. Not even the APNU plus AFC couldn't do it. Not even Burnham, PNC alone couldn't do it. So don't expect the PVPC to do it. Right? It takes time, and gradually they're going to reach to every single person. And the fact is, Guyanese could see other Guyanese getting up. Guyanese could see other Guyanese benefiting. So at least they got something in the heart to say, well, okay, my turn may be coming soon. John Thompson, I can take this call. I would love to talk. What? John, I gonna answer you. I see you driving in the truck this morning. I glad you called by. Like get to debunk you again. I don't destroy you twice. Let me see if it's gonna be a third time. Go ahead and listen.
All right.
John Thompson on the live
what
people.
Do you think? I heard Barrett talking about the 7,000 sugar workers. He's still complaining, right? That wasn't Gordon Mosley. And 2,000 indigenous people that lost their jobs under the APNU AFC coalition government. He's still talking about that 5 years after. After all the billions you guys received from Parliament, why can't you guys solve that problem? Why do you still have to speak about it and telling us those people are still in poverty?
John, so could I respond?
Give a response. This is Courdel Jones from the PPP party. I'm surprised that he actually came on. But you're welcome, my brother. Speak to the people. They're listening to you.
Here, John, you are, first of all, you are so dishonest. I have been trying to get you on my show forever. I called you the other day and had you on my program. What do you mean you're surprised that I answered, John? We had an interaction on my life twice. That's dishonest to your viewers. That's the first thing. The second thing, John, you know why the PPP talks about it? Because they interact with the persons who talk about it every time they go to the communities, John. How they lost their jobs as sugar workers and CSOs, and how they're happy that they got it back. And you know why Jagdio talks about it? It's Jagdio is talking about it. You know why he's talking about it? Because he has to remind people, John, of the dangers of an APNU AFC government or the stupidity of a T. Mohammed's government. So I will say this to you, John. You could mislead people how much you want from that truck, but the fact still exists. Without the PPP, those 7,000 sugar workers would have still been on the bread line, and those 2,000 CSOs would have still been at home. So that is what I have to say in response to you, John Thompson. That is what I have to say. I'm listening to your rebuttal now. Go ahead.
My rebuttal is this. I'm gonna shift the focus because
don't move the goalposts. We're talking about unemployment in Guyana, John. Please continue. We're moving.
I allow you to speak.
Go ahead.
Listen to my point of view.
Go ahead.
I did not interrupt you. I was respectful.
Good.
Now you gotta remember. Let's remember this. You guys remove billions of dollars from the coffers. That you talking about? But that didn't say it was solved. He's still complaining. He's not saying it was solved. He's speaking to the people like the problem still exists. Go and listen to the speech. But let's move to another subject.
Sure.
Which relates to what we're talking about.
Sure.
We dirty water for 5 years. I've shown it on my program. In Guyana, we got wrong water coming out of the taps. In 2022, when I was in Guyana, the problem was there, and you guys were in office, right? And guess what? It still exists right now. After billions of dollars that was removed from our coffers, you can't solve the problem. Electric is the same thing. The electrical system, you guys took money to bring ships. You bring one electrical ship. It didn't help. You bring a second electrical ship. It didn't help. Now you're looking to sell it. You're looking to sell GPL to the Dominican Republic to run it because you guys can't manage it. You can't get that. You tell me you can't get Guyanese business people to take the GPL. You gotta sell it to a foreign country, and you can't give us clean water. You spend billions on electrical ship. What's the problem with you guys? Tell me what's your problem, and I'll understand if you give me a good reason. What is your problem that you can't solve these problems? What is the problem? I'm listening.
John, so first of all...
Oh, okay, I thought you left.
John, first of all, I don't know what game you playing for your viewers, but I have always engaged you, and you are the one who usually got to go to the gym, you got to fix fridge, you got to do a set of thing. So whatever game you play for your viewers, John, I just want them to know it's a charade, right? Secondly, you spoke about dirty water, right? In 2025. You live in the United States. Is there anywhere in the United States that people getting shitty water? Answer me yes or no before I continue. Yes or no? No.
No.
Okay. So you never heard about... Oh, God, where's this place name? Oh, God. What's this state? I can remember it just now. But, John, my point is... Please be quiet. Allow you to speak. My point is... Please be quiet. Allow you to speak. My point is... Right, John?
I want to help you. The state is Michigan.
Right.
Michigan had a problem.
So,
Wait a minute.
San Bernardino, sir, please be quiet. I am speaking. I don't need your help. I can do research. San Bernardino, California, Detroit, Michigan are frequently cited of being one of the most dirtiest cities in the United States. Air pollution, with the highest levels of air pollution and water pollution, as well as waste management challenges. Other cities often mentioned in context include Newark, New Jersey, Los Angeles, Houston. You get the hell away from here, John. You are disingenuous, sir. You're just as dirty as everywhere else in the United States, everywhere else in the world. But you guys think you are so above everything because you're first world. But I provide you with facts that you can go on Google now, right? Of places listed in America that are stink and dirty, like the AP and UAFC and the Win Party. Stink and dirty, John. You understand? You spoke about... No, I'm not finished. You spoke about water and you spoke about something else. I gotta write these things down because you're talking long. But I will see to you on the water point. You go ahead. I'm listening to you again.
No, I spoke about electrical flow.
Oh, good. Right. Stop right there. Good. So you talk about the electricity, John. Now, listen to me. The government bring power ships to help with the situation so the gas energy project could get on stream. John, you know how much Guyanese is right now. Now, you got to take into consideration that the government is looking at their housing drive. They're looking at the private sector. They're looking at how these sectors are expanding, and they are making their estimate on what the power needs are for Guyana as it grows. They're not taking into consideration places like Toco Loco that thieving out the electricity. You know how much persons doing that right now that's not on the grid, John? You know how much persons thieving the electricity. Sometimes they get a bridge connection, frig up the whole network for hours. But you know what? People like you, they bring power ship. The power ship. Are you talking to the blasted people that thieving out the electricity, John? Right is right and wrong is wrong. Your tail can't thief electricity over there because the Americans got it mechanized well. But we are getting there. And eventually, it will be so hard to steal electricity that we won't have all of these surges going back to the system and all this nonsense. So if you are uninformed, John, you stop doing your lives, you sit in your truck and you look at this show so you'll get information. Go ahead. One more point you got. I got whole morning for you. You go ahead. I'm listening.
Right. I'll ask you a question. Give me approximately how many people stealing electric in Guyana. We got 850,000 people. You're telling me there are 400,000 people in Guyana, and that's an exaggeration. Half of the population stealing electric. You telling me with $1 billion economy, and we know it's not 400,000 people. Is it 400,000 people stealing electric?
No, John, not 400.
Answer the question.
No, it's not 400.
All right, good. My point is, you're looking for excuses. If you got 100, if you got 50,000 people stealing electric, that should not affect our electrical situation. The problem comes from bad management, and you know that. And that's why, if that's the problem, they would have solved it. But what they want to do, they want to sell GPL to the Dominican Republic. Right. How are the Dominican Republic administration gonna stop Guyanese from stealing electric when our own government can't stop them? So because you can't handle the problem, you're selling the GPL to the Dominican Republic. The Dominican Republic, you selling the GPL to that country.
Okay, John.
Let it make sense. Wait, let me finish.
Go ahead.
Let me wrap it up.
I got your pen because you talking long. Let me iPad. You talk, I listening. You talk.
No, so why we can't solve the problem? Why do we have to sell it? You tell me you can deal and make Guyanese follow the rules? You think the Dominican Republic is gonna make us follow the rules? You want the outside force to come and tell us, hey, stop stealing electric. And it's not even hard to scare you, but I'm giving it to you. You said that's what's the problem, the stealing the electric. So the Guyana government can't do it. They got to get the Dominican Republic to come and do it. No, we don't need that. We got to ask Steve Muhammad to do what you guys can't do.
You have an ass. That you have an ass. That's what you have. Now, sir, you made a grand claim that the government is selling GPL to the Dominican Republic. Please provide some proof of that.
That's in the public. That's everybody knows about it.
Wait, hold on. Let me Google. Hold on. Wait, let me Google. I might be out of the loop. Let me Google it now.
Talk about it.
Let me Google it now.
Talk about it.
Government
No,
of Guyana selling GPL to DR. DR. Let me see. Oh, this is a Kaicho news story you're talking about.
Oh, so you found it? No. Did you find it?
So hold on, John. This is
Hold on.
John, John, listen, it's my turn to talk, brethren. You look, read the Kaicho news. Proposal by the DR company to end blackout. So because a company from the Dominican Republic submit a proposal, the government selling GPL? Brother? Let me look. I can put this on the screen now for my viewers to see. There's a proposal by a company from the Dominican Republic, not the government offering to sell anything. You're a dishonest wretch. You are dishonest, sir. I'm putting it on my screen. You need to upgrade your life so people could see the lies that you are talking. I am speaking now, sir. I'm not listening to you. This is my turn to speak. You just said that the government is selling GPL to the Dominican Republic government. And it is not even the government. So look, folks, on my screen here, stop plans to have GPL sold to the Dominican Republic. That's the Kaicho News article John is talking about. Right? If you scroll down, look at the Starbrook News article. This is why I say at least Starbrook News will balance. Proposal by DR company for ending of blackouts. Still on the table. Right? A proposal. And that's what John coming here to tell us as fact. To tell us that this is happening. That is what you get from John Thompson. Instead of he focus on his truck that he knows about, he getting into geopolitical matters. That John, focus on your muscle. Because the biggest muscle you have, it don't seem to be working. Read all the information. You cannot jump on Glenn Lyle's website. You cannot jump on Glenn Lyle's website. Somebody saying a volume. Somebody, you got to refresh. Everybody else hearing me. Listen. Yeah, I let you know. I let you know when I done talking. You cannot read a one-sided thing from Kaicho News and then go to your people and tell them that the government selling GPL to the DR. You didn't even get the information right, buddy.
I don't want to end the live with you. I want you to be respectful, number one. Since this conversation started, I haven't called you wretch, bitch, or not. I was very cordial to you so far. I've been respectful. So, moving forward, I expect you to be that way. Now, let me ask you a question. And I'm gonna forgive you for all the disparaging epithets and remarks, bitch, and wretch. You know, we don't need.
John, I didn't call you a bitch. I didn't use the word bitch on my program. I don't know what you're hearing. I never called you a bitch.
You call me a wretch. Well, you call me a wretch.
A wretch is a word that I use. Wretch. I call everybody a wretch. Wretch.
Okay. Wretch is too far from bitch. But listen, let's move on. Where did they acquire the 21 generators from? Where you only got maybe one working now. They purchased 21 people. The Guyana government purchased 20 electrical generators from the Dominican Republic. The same government that wants to come and take over GPL. The Guyana government, the PPP, purchased 21 big electrical generators, and they get canned. The only two of the generators, they're supposed to be brand new. Only one or two is working right now. And that's why they had to go get 2 ships after that to come in and try and help. And the ships are not working because we still get them blackout. Now they're talking about selling the whole goddamn
thing. What the hell you talking about? We use live in Guyana. What were you talking about? What we are talking about?
Let me explain.
Use visit here, brethren. Secondly,
you don't have to live.
you
Listen,
please
let me
provide the evidence
You
of
don't
this
have to
one
live-
generator out to the 21 that working still. Please provide proof, photos, videos, anything.
Okay, stop. How many generators are working right now? Out to the 21. How many?
John, I don't, first of all, I don't follow up GPS. So I don't have knowledge of what you're talking about. So if you're saying to me, John, that 20 out of the 21 generators, one working, I'm expecting you to provide that evidence. Because on my show, right, when I tell the people them this is the case, I just provide evidence to support what I'm saying. So if you say the government bought 21 generators and only one is working, I'm expecting you to provide proof, not just to be bumping your gum and you're not saying what it is. Please.
Okay, let me Google it. Go ahead and talk while I Google it.
John, I am just responding to the misinformation that you're putting out there. So I have nothing else to say. I was doing my show. But since you're on with your show too, let me educate your viewers as well. So I will continue my show until you find what you're talking about there. So yes, folks, I was talking about land demarcation under the PPPC. Now, the Upper Mazaruni, right? Their land titling, their call for land titling is not new. But under the APNU AFC administration, there was zero movement on those requests. And we didn't get any lives from John Thompson. He didn't advocate for the indigenous people. Under the PPP, several Amerindian communities received title clarification and demarcation with support from international partners and carbon credits financing. The same carbon credits that the party that John supports and the APNU want to decide they're sharing out now. So they can't come up with ideas, but they can use other people's ideas to hand out money. You understand? No thinking power, but they've got the power to share out money. Now, the PPPC has already pledged to review the Amerindian Act. Go ahead.
Just from the Dominican Republic, Courdel Jones.
Mm-hmm. You see, we getting information from the Go ahead.
Only one is being utilized due to mechanical failures within the system. Only two are being utilized. Courdel News. So maybe you can say because it comes on Courdel News, it's bad information. But that's what's on Courdel News.
So John, have you ever seen anybody discredit or Courdel News being sued and lost money for publishing bad information, as you put it? Have you ever heard of that?
Okay, well, wait a minute. Let me ask a question then. So if the 21 is working, we got two ships that we report. We got two ships that are working. So you got two ships that's supposed to solve the problem. And you got 21 generators all working together. Why we still got the problem? It's 40,000 people causing the problem.
So you're trying to tell me all 21 generators working in Georgetown only? Is only Georgetown got get light? All 21 working in Georgetown?
How many regions we got in here?
10, the last time I checked.
We got region, and we got 21 generators.
Right.
And we got electrical ships. And we got GPS.
So is it possible that 2 generators was sent to each region to bolster what is already there? Could it be that light theft is higher in the capital city than the rest of areas, the rest of rural and townships around the place? John, here's what I'm trying to say to you. I would, the next time you're in Guyana, please give me a call. Let me take you around to some areas to show you the level of electricity theft that takes place in this country. Secondly, I will also take you to meet GPLs. You're in Guyana now?
No.
Oh, I will also take you to meet GPL staff. I will also take you to meet GPL staff, enforcement staff, who, when they go to enforce the rules, no thief in a light, just get beat out to communities, and people lose the dog on them, and pull cutlass and all kind of thing. So, John, if you are not here to appreciate what's happening on the ground, and you're getting your information from Courdel News and all these other places that you understand. You don't have any first-hand knowledge. You come and you go, and then you hear and then you repeat on your show. I am thinking that you need to do a little more groundwork. But I've got to go because I got you here a little while, and my viewers saying they don't want to hear from you no more. But go ahead.
All right, but let me tell you something.
Go ahead.
I'm glad you came on. I'm glad you came on, and I think I made my point. 21 generators, 2 electrical ships, and the existing GPL power grid couldn't even solve the problem because we got an incompetent PPP party. We got a corrupt PPP party. 21 generators, brand new, two electrical ships, and the GPL existing electric. And you haven't given us an excuse why we can't get a smooth flow of electric.
They have some Thompsons in Guyana that are stealing light. That's why. Everybody who named Thompson in Guyana stealing. Matter of fact, no, for somebody sue them. They might have some Thompsons in Guyana that's stealing light. That's why. That's why. And Toko Loco used to steal electricity, and it used to bridge the connection steady. Toko Loco. That's why. That's why it ain't working.
Go ahead. Let him know that you're being silly right now.
Bro.
We gotta go and chill, right?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'd love for us to debate face to face. And I'd love for you to bring your facts. Your facts, not the Kaito News article. Facts.
Anyway,
but take care, bro.
One love.
Yeah, man.
One love.
Yeah, man.
All right.
Again. I don't know why John does call again. The first 2 times I wanted to see what this guy would have been like when somebody challenges his narrative. I am not impressed. Better must come. Better must come. Who's this guy? Toko Loco does what said. Toko Loco used to make it we get blackout. Because the thing used to bridge off. And it used to feed back the GPL and shut out the whole area. That's why my friend Pride Bacchus and them banner always complaining about blackout because of Toko Loco. Now Toko Loco closed down. That place in Kitty Campbellville ain't getting blackout like that no more. People light on. It's on. Anyway, back to Jurito. Look. Now, I want to make it clear to Jurito that under this Air Finale-led administration, social issues are being addressed, not politicized. Domestic violence and substance abuse are real concerns in Indigenous communities. You understand me? Now, under the PPP, social workers, counselors, and mobile health units are deployed to these areas. Investments are being made in schools, internet connectivity, and healthcare centers in every region, including the Upper Mazaruni, where Jurita come from, where Jurita ain't really do nothing to help them people and make their life better 2050 to 2020. So for Jurita to go in this area and be a hypocrite, do not take Annette Ferguson's job. You cannot be the Guyanese hypocrite. We have one already. There's one. We got the Guyanese critic and we got the Guyanese hypocrite. And Annette has it already. You don't step into her shoes. Right? Now, Jurita, issues of domestic violence, drug abuse, they cannot be solved with campaign rhetoric. They require long-term investment and partnership. With the APNUs, with their field delivery when they had an opportunity. Now, I want to be clear to the persons in Region 7. All that Jurita coming around to tell y'all, political gimmicks. She is seeking votes on behalf of the APNU. She's not looking for solutions to your problems. She is seeking your vote. Indigenous support for parties must be earned, not bought with election time promises. And that is why I usually say to persons, when you're going to make that choice, you look around your community, look around your yard. You might have a yard now because you live in your own place. You look around and see how you benefited. And you contrast that to a different period under different leadership. And you pick sense from nonsense. Guyanese not stupid. Right? So the APNU sudden focus on indigenous communities only shows up months before an election. Where were they when budgets were being slashed from indigenous programs? Why did you really get up and speak on behalf of the CSOs and lobby for them? The PPPC is building schools, clinics, roads in hinterland communities now. They got hinterland communities right in Region 4. I think this is the only Amerindian village in Region 4. It's in Cudboard's Mission. You could go there now and drive on Concrete Road. Right now. I was in Region 1 a couple of months ago when the president was opening, what's the name of the school? I think the school had a fire or something, they built it over. But a completely modern school with Region 1, you know. Not Region 4, not Region 10, not Region 5, not Region 6. Region 1. AC, elevator, TVET place, ICT hub, big screen in the classroom. Shucks, what's the name of this school, by? Port Kaituma Secondary? No. Boy, I can remember it just now. Right? But when that school was being opened, after the opening, the president went to visit projects in the area. When I tell you we drive Muzzy for like about an hour and a half, yeah, why telling you I wanted to know where the hell we going. Babs, we in the indigenous community. When we got there, I see the president stopped, he ended up jumping out, and he started walking down a hill. When we finally jump out the vehicle and get to the edge of the hill to see what's going on, the residents of the community building concrete roads in the community. So they did one side and they're setting up the other side to do. Right? None of that happened under the APNUFC. The empowerment of villagers, making their travel easier. Guyana's indigenous communities deserve respect, recognition, and real results, not recycled promises and campaign tricks. Only one party has proven it can deliver. And I say that without fear, favor, affliction, or ill will. That is the PPPC. Right? Anybody else, you show us where you're working with. Show where you're working. You understand? Show me that you know your country. As one of my former work colleagues used to say, show me you know your country. Let me jump to the better that should come. I'm not going to let John Thompson not let me finish me content for today. Right? Because these issues I really wanted to touch on. No, this is a flyer posted by the AFC. I mean, besides, look, I don't know, Nigel, you're supposed to be a smart guy, right? Nigel, you're supposed to be a smart guy, but he continues to, and these are lawyers. These are supposed to be intelligent people. They continue to. The AFC had a chance, right? The AFC had a chance and failed miserably. When Nigel Hughes' AFC was in government from 2015 to 2020, not a single policy or system was introduced to ensure automatic house lot distributions at 18. Nothing. In fact, under the APNU AFC government, housing allocation dropped significantly. The Central Housing and Planning Authority was reduced to a mess of corruption and chaos. Now, the former head of the CHMPA sitting down on the city council, making himself a damn fool, singing and talking like a... Anyway, corruption and chaos. I will abuse these. Anyway, though, Nigel Bartholomew Hughes Where was this vision then? Hughes is now making fantasy promises after sitting out 5 years of housing neglect. The maths are maths in here. And that's a usual thing. Remember, this is the 33, the 34. This is the maximum. Over 12,000 Guyanese turn 18 every year. Right? That's 12,000 new house lots annually. At the current development and infrastructure rates, no country in the world has guaranteed house lots to every 18-year-old. Who the hell is this guy? If places like Dubai, the great America, United States of America with John Thompson, don't think they got no place with dirty water, got no power issues, ain't giving out house lot to everybody that turn 18. How you expect Guyana to handle it? Right? And certainly it won't happen without massive land use reform and billions in funding. But that's the thing with them. They just wake up, catch a symptoms, they gotta say what they want to say. They don't take into consideration, hey, let me crunch the numbers and see how this is going to work out. Who will fund the roads in the community? Who will fund putting in the water systems? Who will fund the electricity poles and all them things that got run in the community? Who will fund the surveys? Who will pay for the titling? Nigel offers no plan, just a stupid slogan and a photo. Something to entice persons who are not going to check on him and call him out. How are you going to do this? That is what you get from Nigel Hughes. Now, the PPPC is already delivering realistically. Since returning to office in 2020, the PPPC has allocated over 40,000 house lots across the country, not just in Region 4. More than any government in recent history. Young professionals have special housing schemes, low interest loans. They got core home support to make home ownership possible, not a fantasy like the fantasy world Nigel Hughes living in. Instead of promising air, the PPPC is building roads, laying water pipes, and funding mortgages. It's easy to challenge when you're not accountable, Nigel Hughes. Remember, what you could say what you want. At the end of the day, nobody is not expected. You're not Minister Nigel Hughes. You're not functioning as Minister Colin Crowell. You're not functioning as Minister Rodriguez. You're not no senior management in the Ministry of Housing or the Central Housing and Planning Authority. So you could talk the most bunkum that you want and nobody has time with you, because at the end of the day, you ain't got deliver nothing to nobody. You understand? Nigel Hughes is throwing out his campaign. There's like a man who knows he won't have an opportunity to deliver. You understand? The real challenge is to govern responsibly, not to pledge unrealistic things to persons for likes and claps. Where's the AFC's track record? The only thing they distributed was hardship and broken promises, from sugar workers to single mothers. That's you and your team, Nigel. Guyanese need to realize the AFC is not serious. After collapsing under the weight of the AP and news control, AFC is now scrambling to rebrand itself with shiny slogans and stage portraits like this one you're seeing here. But voters remember Nigel Hughes. The AFC was the enabler for 5 years of stagnation, and no promise from Nigel can undo that. None. House lots are not like birthday gifts. Right, Nigel Hughes? They're not like birthday gifts. They require planning, resources, and real governance. The PPPC is delivering them already, Nigel Hughes. So you at the AFC are just now discovering Google Earth and copy and pasting ideas without cost or context. Y'all tried it. I got a little problem here with my tummy, so I gotta go. I can't get to the Dexter Todd stuff. I'm gonna let y'all go, and we can continue this tomorrow, right? Y'all have a wonderful day. Be safe on the road. And as I usually say before I go, it's all about peace. It's all about love. It's all about one man.
We are a peaceful people, struggle as we struggle, and we don't look for trouble, just ask around. But when outside faces from foreign places talk about taking over, we ain't backing down. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass. This land is all I know. We're gonna make it somehow. We will bend like a bow, but never break. Our fathers came here, and they lived and died here, and we ain't moving nowhere, make no mistake. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass.
We love the open county of the Rupununi and the Essequibo, daytime or night. Though we may criticize it, this is our home, we love it, and we need to keep it. We have that right.
We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass. We are a peaceful people, struggle as we struggle, and we don't look for trouble, just ask around. But when outside faces from foreign places talk about taking over, we ain't backing down. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass. This land is all up no tree. We ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue saki, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass.
We love the open county of the Rupununi and the Essequibo, daytime or night. Though we may criticize it, this is our home, we love it, and we need to keep it. We have that right.
We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no trees.